Good evening to all of you. Especially, I say the pillars of HMA who are all here, not the past presidents, pillars who built HMA over the last several decades. So I welcome all the pillars. I was to talk of pillars, twin pillars. HMA has its own pillars. So I thank the Dr. Devendra Reddy to insist that I should come and talk, and also Bhushan, who came to my house and said, no, you should come and share your views. So I thought I should come share my views, and happy that India has come to global recognition. So somebody said happiest day in my life when I saw the TV, but I felt very bad because Dr. Kalam was not there. Because if he were present live on that day, it would have been a different world. He was not there. So that's one thing I missed, because he was the person who is really responsible for the complete missile programs of the country, whether it's Agni or BrahMos or Astra or Akash or hypersonic, whatever you say. He is the one who was standing as a pillar. So any problem we faced, we had we would have had 30 failures out of 70 flight tests, but he was always there. No, buddy, I am there, don't worry, we will work. So I am happy that all of you are here. Especially, I want to thank Dr. Chandramoli. Can you stand up? He took over from me as a project director. When I moved to Delhi, he took over as a project director and saw it reaches the hands of the user. His job was make sure the user is happy and accepts it and pays the check. He did that. So he is also a key person, and he knows how we have struggled 12-15 years for this program. Especially I am happy, see HMA, many people asked, I was very busy with the missile program activities. Then many asked, why do you want to take the responsibility of President HMA? You are already overloaded, you have no time, how can you do work HMA? This was the common complaint, my own colleague saying that you are going to HMA, management karne do, why are you worried? But I was convinced, see even today I am convinced that the many problems India as a nation is facing is because of poor management, lack of correct management, lack of leadership. In fact, I have any number of cases to explain why I am convinced. India could have done much better if we had good leaders and good management. We would have done many wonders, faster, better. But at least now we have to. That's why I said I want to be in HMA to enthuse young people to become better managers, better leaders. That's the idea of HMA. I am sure Devendra Reddy will take it further. I saw a lot of programs going on, and he used the word, I want you to be job givers. I don't like the word. I want to say you should be job generators. You are not giving a job, you can give job for 10 people, 100 people. If you should generate for 1 lakh people. So I want you to generate job generators. Think big. You should generate thousands of people, hundreds of companies, not give a job for 10 people. So you want to think big. That's what the Kalam used to say, think big, dream big, don't think small. So always he used to quote, think big. So when we used to struggle with problems, he used to say, no, think big, one day you will have all problems solved and you will deliver the missile for the country. He was convinced, though nobody was convinced. His own colleagues, his own subordinates, his own army, air force, or everywhere doubt. I don't know when it will come, but he was with me. He had the trust, and also he used to see, as I know, he gave the qualities of a leader. He was, I see him, the ideal leader, a good project director, ideal leader, mentor, supporter, enabler, you call it, he was everything. And he had nothing else to do but this. And we need more Kalams. I have told in the interviews also, we need more Kalams in the country if country has to grow fast and develop. That doesn't mean we need, at least we should find, pinpoint, pick those who have similar characteristics as Kalam in the country, at least we should pick 10 people. That is the job of the government. I hope if some of you have influence on the government, ask them to pick 10 Kalams. I can give the characteristics. Put it to the 10 talks, one for agriculture, one for defense, one for science and technology, one for education, one for electronics, one for... You pick 10 people. Like we need more Kalams. Then the country will change. What we call in the Atmanirbharta. If you want to be Atmanirbharta, we need more people like that. Leaders, technology leaders, who are nationalistic by birth. They should think, if I am doing this, am I doing something good for the country? Then only I do it, otherwise withdraw. People of that nationalistic spirit should be there. That is the only thing which will take us. See, you are seeing every day India is in the map because so many people, some are jealous, some are, they want to see that India will go back to bad days. There are many people, but we should not allow it to happen. That is the way I said two is required. One is strong defense. Nobody should question our defense capability. But if you are weak in defense, many people will do mischief. Many people will do mischief because they don't like India to be a prosperous country. So we want to be very strong in defense, and we should be totally anything you want, we should be able to do. Fortunately, Government of India has identified 1 lakh crore under funding under ANRF. That is, all innovations they want to fund, so it will be done in India, make in India. And 1 lakh crore has been identified. For name the topic, it is there. So our job is managers, future leaders, to see how to see that all the dreams are realized. This is what we have to do. Wherever we are going, we have to see that. See, I am, as somebody knows, I am working on energy. Energy. What is the energy required for the next, our grandchildren, great-grandchildren? Where is the energy? Fossil fuel will not be there. Nuclear, you don't have uranium. You have to depend on Russia or Australia or America. Without uranium, you can't do any nuclear. And with the geopolitics going on, any time any country can say, sorry, we can't give you. Already we are under pressure that Russia should not give oil. You see this? We want to buy oil from Russia, paying hard cash. Some people say, don't give oil to India. See, this is the geopolitics going to take place. But we should be Atmani, we should be anything. So we want to make energy totally make in India. Atmanirbharta. We don't depend anything in anybody. We have hydrogen, we have water, we have nickel, we make our own energy. So we want to make energy for the future using all indigenous know-how, indigenous raw material, indigenous industry, so that we could become totally Atmanirbharta. Similarly, defense. I thought this Akash is one example how we were able to achieve both a good, strong defense and also it is a case study for Atmanirbharta, how you can do on your own without depending on any component, any service, any technology, and any manpower from outside. How to do it. In fact, he told 1,000 scientists have worked all over the country. Most of them are only handful of people, maybe they have got a PhD abroad. Small number. Maybe on one hand I can count that many. All others are made here, like what I told Dr. Chandramali. Which college, Chandramali? NIT Warangal. He's a Warangal man. So we all grew like that. We dirtied our hand, dirtied our work day and night, but we solved the problem. We had all sorts of problems. You name material, you take propulsion, you take radar, you take everything. In fact, all the problems, when we started, we had a list of 10 problems. So to remove the 10 problems, without solving the problem, subsystem or technology problem, you can't make a full missile. So we have to identify who will solve which problem. So we had a radar problem, we had aerodynamics problem. Because it is a missile, I will show you how aerodynamics is a big challenge. Structure problem we had propulsion problem, we had a control problem, and Army and Air Force will give me multi-target handling. That is, there may be 10 aircraft coming from the enemy side. All the 10 you should destroy simultaneously. So we never knew how to do one target distraction is a big challenge. He said, no, all the 10 you should do and don't use more than one radar. One radar, 10 targets you have to destroy because the whole border is 1,000 kilometers. How many radars you can deploy? So you handle 10 targets by one radar. Then I can put 10 radars for 1,000 kilometers. See, this is the concept they had. So we have to break our head how to solve the problem and make it available to the Army, Air Force. And fortunately, I should say that we have done a good job. I will tell you how we have solved. And then we can see the first example. And later I am ready to for any question I will be able to clarify. Yeah, the success story of Make in India. And not only 100,000 scientists, I also want to acknowledge the families with all the 100 scientists, because we had all our, like Chandramouli, they were all young 20s when they joined. When they joined the project, Kalam made me project director. So you pick your team. So I had to pick young people, all are in their 20s. And I was only 35, all of us 20s, 20, like that. So we have to really see, they have to understand. Because they were 20s, I had a big advantage. See, the youth have their own big characters. First is full of energy, full of power, and drive. We have to do something. We cannot, no, any risk, any failure, they don't care. I don't know. Okay, next time it will be all right, don't worry. They will not go and cry, they won't be, the heartbreak will not take place. That is the advantage of young people there. So they were ready, they are all die-hard people, day and night. In fact, I used to say, you see a missile exploding, we are shameless, we go back and come and relaunch. We don't care. Missile explode, okay, we'll go back, correct, find out what went wrong, what a mistake I did, come back and relaunch, now it's fine. So this is the thick skin, shameless and die-hard. Then only we can solve such problems. And this is the ready for certain. I will, so just to sample I will give you. Yeah. So this is the complete missile system. I was telling, this is the, now most of them are army, but the Air Force also almost similar weapons and similar vehicles have been used. So I was telling you multi-target handling. So there are a number of targets. That is, idea is across the border, they would like to come and attack us. Either it may be aircraft, it may be UAV, it may be drone, it may be helicopter. When they try to come, you should be able to distinguish their real enemy, which are the enemy targets, which are flying, maneuvering, different altitude, different direction. Then identify and then earmark which combat center will attack which target, and then hand over these. Then everything is automatic. There is no manual at all. Everything is, the whole program has been validated and is multi-target handling, automated air defense. It may be group, like you have got a group of multiple combat batteries, or it can be each battery can stand on its own. Then, see, the other thing Air Force wanted is, I want supersonic intercept. So I said, why do you want it? See, normally, when you have propulsion, it normally works for maybe 5 seconds, 8 seconds. Afterwards, there is no more propulsion. So it starts coasting. Then the speed keeps on falling. When the speed keeps on falling, the maneuverability of the missile also keeps on falling. It's called G capability, it keeps on reducing. The Army Air Force said, no, we don't want the speed to come down. Till it hits the target, it should be speed maintained. So we have to make a new missile propulsion called subsonic ramjet rocket propulsion. Ram rocket propulsion we have to make. At that time it was not even known. Nobody knew how to do it. So we have to find out. We went to ISA Bangalore, we went to NAL, how to test it, how to make a component. So we did that is what gave supersonic intercept and ready to fire. So missiles are ready, made in a depot, checked and loaded onto the launchers. Then anytime you want, you just drive the missile, stop it, switch on the radar and launch. There is no preparation. The countdown time, see, initially it was 15 seconds. Then the Air Force said, no, 15 seconds, bahut zyada, I make it 10 seconds. Because enemy cannot wait. Within 10 seconds, missile should go up. We are given 15 seconds. We thought 15 is a small number. 15, no, you want 10 seconds. So we had a big team, some smart young guys. Baba, they want 10 seconds. How to do it? When they worked out, finally they reduced to 5 seconds. Within 5 seconds, missile takes off. This is the spirit of the people who did that. That is the ready to fire and all built in. That is, when the radar is on, there is automatically radar gets tested itself like a selfie. It will test everything fine and says, I am ready. If the radar declares I am ready, that means it tests its own antenna, its own transmitter, its own receiver, and gives you data. Is everything fine? Is ready for launch. So that's also built in, and we have a lot of tests done: daytime, nighttime, monsoon trial, desert trial, hill trial. All that we have done because army said unless you show all that I cannot accept. So we have to go to 50 degrees centigrade in Rajasthan and drive. Say you drive 500 kilometers and stop it and launch. So we went to Pokhran, drove 500 kilometers in that hot sun, then stop it and launch. And target they will give you launch it. So we did that. And what I just now you told you, our cost is 1/10 of development cost and unit price. And in the world today, this nobody can beat. Cost nobody can beat. Performance for that nobody can beat. Because the comparable missiles are what is known as the Patriot of America. That's the only thing which is near our comparison, but our system has got superior characteristics, superior performance features. Realize at a much lower cost. He told 300 or say 500 crores. Manpower cost not added, development cost 500 crores. America will do 30,000 crores budget. So we are like that. We are very frugal and we manage like that. Next, please. Sorry, I don't. You have to move. Okay. So that's what I'm telling. Ramjet, that is the top left is the. There is a, Ramjet means when the missile is flying, it takes the air from atmosphere. That atmosphere air is taken, sucked inside, compressed, heated, and propulsion engine inside. The fuel is burning. It goes and generates a thrust. Full duration of 30 seconds it will generate. No speed reduction happens. So that is the ramjet propulsion. It's called integral ramjet propulsion technology. We took 10 years to realize it. Similarly, radar, phase radar, we took 10 years to make the radar because LRD Bangalore was doing the radar development. They also first time they are doing. So there are a lot of problem. Every component earlier was imported. We have to make every component make in India. So it all took 10 years. Then the guidance, how to prove. We took 3 years to prove in the field that is working the way we have designed. So the complete as a weapon system, how it is working, we took 3 years. So 10 years for development, 3 years for validating a system, then 3 years user took for user trials. User said, I don't want to use your missile made in DRDL, your radar made in LRD. I want you items to come from production agency. Give me BDL missile, give me Bell radar. I want to use that and test your system, not what you made. I have more faith in production item, not R&D item. So we have to wait for the items to come from BDL, Bell, Tata's, L&T. Then only we could go to make the system. That's why they took 3 years to say. But when they did, they were so happy. In fact, what Chandramoli remembers is we had like this, after the flight trial, we called all army, you please come and conduct the test yourself. You have got target, you have got radar, you have got missile, you fire. So army brought their own people. So they were testing. I said, okay, you test it. Then they told, we don't want DRDO people to be inside the combat vehicle. Tum bahar aa jao. We will want to fire it. I said, okay, fire it. We have given all the training, you go and fire. So we are asked to be outside, missile was tested, and target was made, flow, and then finally all were satisfactorily tested. We all target destroyed, very happy. So we all said like this, there was a meeting, the general from the army, AD, RT was there, then his own team, and I was there. Then some people said, so they said, you tell us the post-flight analysis. So we all told it's a good flight, all the objectives met. So we declared as a 100% success. I hope army agrees, army concurs. So we told our army general came, said, sir, you tell your views. I said, this team has told 100% success. I don't agree. You were surprised? Arey, what is wrong? We have the target is destroyed, missile launch, everything went done by them only. Their own lieutenant colonel was sitting inside, I was outside. And the colonel was very happy, he was Tali Bajao. Then general says, I don't agree with 100%. We were all, we didn't know what to do. For a few seconds, it was total silence. Nobody was talking. And he said, I want to tell you, it is more than 100% success. He told, surprised, what happened? He said, no, I have seen missile system from army, from Europe, from Russia. We had so much of work to do, you know. We have to go check this, check that point, press it here, verify it, take the reading, all that. Here nothing, my man was just standing and watching. He had no work, zero work. So it's more than 100% success. That is the spirit with which army took it and Air Force took it, and now we have thousands of crores of business. And many, at least three, how many countries? Three countries are ready, and we expect another 3 countries to come. So, see the advantage of this, I will tell you how. So, this is what we have done, and we have done, the first time we have done propulsion like this, first time radar of this type, first time which is known as C4I, that is command, control, communication, computer, integrated. What they call it now, Akash Tir. We did first time to show how everything will be automated and done with no, it's all non-contact war. There is no soldier-to-soldier contact at all. It's all digital world. You have to handle it. So that's what we did. So C4I we did, and then we all the items. Now we are all these items. What you see, we are all prototype made, tested, given to the industry, followed by given to army, given to BDL and Bell. They got so matured, industries in Hyderabad, in Bangalore, in Pune, Chennai. They are all now driving their own business. Someone should know. They have their own business, they directly export. They don't come to us, they want a computer, Israel wants a fuse, the Israel will ask them, they will make it, they directly export to Israel. This is the technology step up they got, so that based on this experience of 20 years, they are able to talk to the global industries, give them tasks, give them products within their schedule, because in the whole world, the products we give are at the lowest cost. And advantage is the same performance they are able to get the actuator you made in Hyderabad good enough for Israel. So that means same performance at much lower cost. This is the beauty of all the industries, and this is where I think HMA should say we are part of this ecosystem in Hyderabad. So many people, industry people, we all have worked for this success. And see, first computer, we didn't know how to make a computer, because first time we want a computer. So we had at that time 8086 chip, that's all. So we made the first computer using 8086. All those IT people will know. You will not even see it in the museum, 8086. But that was the only chip available. So we made. Today, of course, so many things have happened. We don't need any more chips like that. But that was the, yeah. Now the partners, as I told you, all the labs of all over the country have contributed. You take DMRL, you take ARD, Pune, CVRD, Chennai, VRD, Ahmednagar, ITR, Balasur. That's where we used to go for launchings. Then ballistics laboratory, fuse. See, everything requires perfection. See, we want to make the missile go near the target and explode the warhead. If it explodes, the aircraft should get completely destroyed. So you have to see all parameters are met. The speed should be there, the location, the geometry between the missile and the aircraft should be correct. The range between the missile aircraft should be so small. When the warhead explodes, the aircraft should get destroyed. It should become pieces, or it should make hundreds of holes. This is what is required. So the timing, the speed, the relative geometry all play important. Relative speed, everything makes. So we have to make fuse like that. That's all done by TBRL and ARD. They have done this like that. And public sector, you take name them, they are all there. BDL, Midani, here Indal giving all aluminium ingots. CL is a central electronic lab which gave a microwave device made, produced. Then of course private industries you name, they are there. L&T, Walchan Nagar, VXL, ICOM is from Hyderabad. Then Tata's, everybody, all are our own, you can say partners. Yeah. Please. So these are phase radar I was telling, first time we have made. Fortunately, now based on this what we made, they have made another half a dozen radars for different applications. Same, technology is same, but different configuration, different range, different frequency, different mounting. But you can make, and Bell can make their own radar now. LRD is not required. They can say, you give a requirement, I will make a radar. So Bell has become a graduated to make a multifunction phase radar. These are the phase shifters, what I told you. It was developed by IIT Delhi. First time we saw, normally IIT, ISC will give you paper or will give you a document. Then we wanted a microwave device for the radar. See, that radar has 3,500 devices called phase control module, 3,500. So we were importing. First radar we imported. Then we know that you cannot import. Because you want to make 100 radar, who will give you 3,500 into 100? You know, one day they will close the tap and say, sorry, we can't give you. So we wanted the IIT Delhi, one professor we met her, make this component. And everybody told, this lady, very tough lady, kuch nahi aata hai. They will not get any product. They will give you paper, they will give you a document, they will give you close a report. You can't get. Better to find importing from USA, you find somebody from Europe, so that you will have. I said, no, we need Atmanirbharta. We cannot depend in any country. We have to go. So I almost used to go to Professor Bharati Bhatt in Delhi. I used to sit with her like a student. Ask her, Madam, what do you want? Tell us. She, I want a magnet, Prahlad. Can you get me this magnet? You tell me, Madam, what you want, I will get you. So I will go run around get a magnet. Then say, I want ferrite powder. So, kya powder hai? Because I don't know what is ferrite powder. She will tell me this is what I require. So I run around get a powder. Like that, I used to work like a PhD student. I worked with her. But I tell you, at the end of say 7 years, she called me, Dr. Kalam, and the director IIT, made 100 phase shifters produced in the company, given to Kalam as a gift. Sir, I want to give you a gift. 100 phase shifters produced by a factory to Dr. Kalam in presence of IIT director. And then Kalam said, I have never seen a product from IIT. I only see paper. So she was very good. She was a fantastic lady. I thanked her a lot. And this is what is the success story, because see, anything is possible. Why Atmanirbharta is possible? This is an example. We made our own phase shifter, our own propulsion, our own control actuator, our everything. It is possible. Only you need correct leadership, correct monitoring, correct commitment to say, I will bloody well do this. That's all. Okay, next please. So the missile launchers I told you, both L&T, Walcha and Tata's made 2 launchers. Both we gave production orders. So there are 3 missiles per launcher, mobile. So it has got all the requirement. So the launcher is one complete unit, control center another unit. With them they can launch the missile. They don't need anything else. That was the status we reached. I am sure you would have seen the photograph in the Republic Day. We used to, when the Republic Day parade, we used to watch it along the Rajpath. So I will clap. And I tell, see, this is my baby, what we made. Then, it's good. But she never thought one day somebody will say, these are worked. She thought, for the Rajpath, okay, is going on, but does it to go for a war and show his performance? My wife also had doubts. You are going. My wife used to make a joke. See, you are treating my house as a Dhobi-Ghat. You go somewhere, you say you have gone to somewhere, you went. After 5 days you come, dump all the old clothes, take new clothes and go. So it become a Dhobi-Ghat, isn't it? But I tell you, all the sacrifices, finally has delivered goods. Yeah. So this is a missile, there is a air intake, red cap there. So red cap will not allow the air to go inside in the beginning when the missile is going. Later that cap has to break or open. Then air will go inside. But missile will continue to. That cap is a very critical item. We would have done some hundreds of tests over several years. And the propulsion, our Chandramali was directly handling every component, every bolt, every nut. He knows how to. Every cap is a perfected item which has delivered. So far, there is no failure in any of the propulsion. If you launch, it goes fantastic. So this is what type of a perfection that we have to achieve. So then, of course, there are a lot of, the Army Air Force told this should be clarified and cleared for jamming environment. That is, enemy will not keep quiet. If you are launching a missile, he will come and jam. So show me that missile will not be jammed up. It's not jammed. So they said, okay, you test it. We went to, there is a range exclusively for testing the radars, communication against jammers. So they have their own jammers, Army Air Force. They won't tell us what it is. We have to switch on and they will try to jam your radar, jam your communication. And you should show that you are robust enough to withstand. You have to withstand robust enough. In spite of all your jammer, I am communicating, radar is working, radar is giving data and taking place, everything taking place. So this we did and finally they certified, yes, this has the sufficient robustness to withstand any type of jamming. That is the advantage we got from all the checks we did. And of course, next. So integration of technology is not one, missile is one technology, radar is one technology, ground system launch is one technology. You have to integrate all this to work like a big music symphony. It should be symphonously working. So that was a big thing because we were all not having the previous. All the defense items in the Army, Air Force, Navy before 2000, all were imported. 100% imported. Even the shoes were imported. You will not believe. Even the shoes, Army boots will be imported boots. But such a country, can it make a surface to air missile system? Kya bhai, kya bol rahe tum log? That was the comment I used to hear. But it is possible to do it. It is possible to do it. We have shown it. Integration was done. It was shown it can be worked in an integrated mode the way Army, Air Force wants it. Yeah. Next. So trials, I told you, field trials, flight trials, combined user evaluation. Army has their own, Army is not one. It's got multiple entities. Somebody wants to check the quality, somebody wants to check the maintenance, somebody wants to check assembly, somebody wants to get training. So they bring different experts. All of them will validate and say, yes, this can be purchased. So mobility, I told you, desert trial, flyover trials for various types of targets, user flight trial, weapon system integration, rail transportation. So road transportation, rail transportation. Then of course flight test validation separately for Air Force, separately for Army. Yeah. And the flight test we did big numbers. I don't know how many to tell, but it is there. All they were happy to. They ordered number 1 order. Then after they saw the testing, they ordered number 2 order, number 3 order. So they went on ordering. The moment they go through one series of flight tests, they are so happy, they say, we'll order another group, another. Like that, the order was placed, and we are very happy with that. Yeah. Stakeholders, see, this is what DRDO, full DRDO has worked, including the family members. Then the project team, even today, project team is alive. We are told that as long as the missile is with the user, the team should remain in some forum. So in case any problem user has got, they can come back and say, Baba, something, can you improve? Can you change? We are ready to do that. So there is a project team left there. And Army had kept, Air Force had kept their project management team. So there were a team of 3-4 officers who are staying in our campus, watching all the activities we do, verify, check. So they will give an independent report to the Army headquarters, whatever they are verifying here. So that means the user knows exactly how we are doing, and acceptable to the army, acceptable to the air force. Therefore, they are also happy. Yeah. Then of course PSUs I told you, companies, private companies, industry partners. Then QA. See, there is for the missile program we developed what is known as the MSK, Missile System Quality Assurance Agency. So army said, see, you today you are here, you will go away. PDL will make. Then who will make sure that the missiles are same quality? So I want an independent QA agency. So we created a MSQAA. Their job is independently, they go to BDL, they go to the public L&T, how the launcher is being made, verify, certify that all the QA has been met. Quality is met. Then only that item will be accepted by the army in their depot. They will not take unless MSQA certifies that this has been tested and cleared. So that was the discipline we brought. Yeah. Of course, production, I told you, production vendors identified, developed. See, we had a very strict production control. See, we said the BDL, Bell, L&T, and of course Tata. They are major production. The rest are all subsidiaries. So we said you cannot change your second tier, third tier production agency without our concurrence. You can't say, I have seen it, oh good, I want to actuate this fellow is giving, asking 50,000 rupees, I will go 30,000 rupees, get a some cheaper. I said, no, sorry. Any production agency you want to change, there is a procedure, there is a process. You have to go, get our certificate, then only you can change. Otherwise, who will take care of the quality assurance? Because I am not there, BDL will not know, somebody will come and make it work. Because they are all, I told you, they are all minute. See, every small item, either a software, one comma, or there is a bolt or a nut, is critical. Once missile leaves the launcher, you cannot recover, you cannot correct it. Not a gaadi, you stop on the right roadside and tweak it. It's not possible. Gone means gone. So, missile or whatever, several crores, gone. So, you cannot afford any mistake. That is why we have to do perfection. So that's how MSQA will come into picture, and production discipline is maintained. Chairman BDL used to say, no, Prahlad, I will get a cheaper agency to produce. It can be cheaper, but I want a quality. So if it's cheaper, let him get qualified by MSQA. Then you can change, otherwise don't change. Because we are given you, this company is cleared for this item. Please don't change unless MSQA verifies, I see it, then only you go. If tomorrow it tumbles in the air, we will be embarrassed. So that's how we did. MSQA was there, then critical stages of QC identified, and monitoring progress. There is a common committee between the production agency and DRDO to monitor and say, yes, it is going in the right way. Of course, we were having good support from the government, from the ministry, and the press also. I mean, the way press, media supported us, fantastic. They never complained the delays. They said all, especially Hyderabad, I know all the both print media and digital media, they were extremely cooperative, no doubt. Yeah. So success achieved because I told you number of critical technologies achieved, integrated in a potential surface to air missile, demonstrated. Of course, order today, that is the old number. Chandramani knows the new number has changed. This is a big number. Then produced, methods evolved, and then 95% are made in India. Only some components, some chips, some resistors, capacitors imported. Rest everything made within the country. Yeah. Success because huge wealth, employment. See, now at least 200 companies working all over the country. For 30 years, business is assured. Because the life of the missile, 30 years system. So for 30 years, your business assured for 200 companies and so many employees. Because they have to make the subsystem, assemble, give it anything they want to upgrade, refurbish, they should do. And user wants a feedback, can you change something, tweak, we have to tweak and make the next version. And train the users for using, assembling, testing, you have to give training. So that's work. They are having business for 30 years. That's the advantage of the industry is getting total support, and they can now make a based on this they can show the certificate and make a product for Israel, France, or any country they can do. Internationally, cost I told you, demonstrated we have told you, uplifted the image of the country, they help produce. I am sure whenever our Raksha Mantri and Pradhan Mantri go, they can go with chest up. You can need not tell, we know what we can do. Yeah. Yeah, over. So summary, the indigenous business system, interception we have shown, all altitudes, country, everything we have shown, complex technology successfully transferred to the Indian ecosystem, generated wealth, generated employment, generated huge foreign exchange, that there is a body working out how much saving to the country because of the Akash. It will come as a document. He is writing a book to be released in the near future. It will be available in the market. And then Make in India policy, the country successfully executed, and the first indigenous surface-to-air missile system was inducted both by Air Force and by the Army. Yeah. This is what I was telling. Rajpath, we used to clap in Rajpath, we see it. Yeah. So there are two videos, I think. You play the two videos. That is two launches. We had number of them. I thought some sample just to end my talk. Yeah. This is done. That is a real one. See, there is no going towards the target. You can't see the target. But warhead explosion you can see. That is exploding the warhead, target falls into pieces. Yeah. One more is there. Just sample I thought.
हाल ही में इंडियन आर्मी ने एक वीडियो सामने रखी है दुनिया के, जहां पर आकाश मिसाइल डिफेंस सिस्टम की पावर और उसकी टारगेट एंगेजमेंट की एबिलिटी दिखाई गई है। यहां पे आप देख पाओगे इस वीडियो में कि आकाश किस तरीके से टारगेट को ढूंढता है और डिस्ट्रॉय करता है। और पॉसिबिलिटी काफी हाई है कि वियतनाम या फिर फिलीपींस बहुत ही जल्द भारत से आकाश एयर डिफेंस सिस्टम परचेज भी कर सकते हैं।
ओके, थैंक यू। सो if time permits, there is short questions anybody has got, we can. Yeah, please.
I mean, at least from the reading, I had an impression that they were still a little ahead of us. So, what do you think India should do? And what youngsters should prepare? Because I think
youngsters, I told you, you should believe India should have a strong defense. So people should accordingly, and Government of India has announced that more and more work will be assigned directly to private industries, so that government will do only futuristic thinking. The hardware development, prototyping, assembling, testing. You already seen the transport aircraft is given to Tatas, and some more like that. Something has gone to Adani. Like that, many people are coming. So it will be like that. It will improve like that, so that industry will flourish. This is number one. Number two, therefore, the employment will be now all across the nation. The people need not look for only DRDO advertisement. They can join Adani, they can join Mahindra, they can join in private sector, they can do. This is one thing. Then another thing is, see, the way the India has, funny, I kept 100,000, 1 lakh crore kept for innovation, huge scope for doing innovative product development. So this is going to change the education and academic scenario like anything in the next 5 years. It will change. you cannot believe, because it's a big money government is pumping, and government encouraging industry to also to fund R&D. I think India will change in next 5-10 years. What we saw, which happened in 20 years, may happen in another 5 years. So this is a good thing for the country. I think it will be very nice for everybody.
Can I please?
Yeah, Chakravarti. Yeah. No, you don't have to stand up.
It is a very impressive presentation, and I saw a video on DRDO soon after the Operation Sindhu. It is a very educative, and we felt very proud that what was DRDO at one point of time and what he has developed into. It's a very, very efficient organization. It was a proud moment for all Indians. Well, good. As long as the technology, the method of doing it is a secret. It's all patented, I'm sure all this is recorded.
You can't patent defense items.
Correct. The point is that see, if AI is, artificial intelligence is developing every day, almost every second I would say, that there is always a move from the other side to counter what we are doing. So the secrecy of your technology and secrecy of what you are doing is very important. I wanted to know how you keep that. Of course, you can't explain to everybody, but you can say how you do this secrecy foundation, and how do you prevent from that being leaked out. And there could be one mole somewhere who could spill the pillars. Then what happens is the other side will get the advantage. Now today we get the advantage, but how do you propose to see that it is perfect secure?
Yeah, I will tell. Dr. Chandramouli will answer, because he has done both government and private. Chandramouli, what he says is, how do you make sure your secrets are not leaked out? So he is working with the private also and government also. So he has seen both sides. I want him to explain.
It is actually not centralizedly located. All the data is not stored at one place. They are all different places. Softwares are at different place. The hardwares are different place. Testing is at different place. It is not given to one agency to complete all the things. So it is inherently by design itself we are taken care. And the documentation, those things are completely different, and it is available at many different places, only particular to that particular subsystem or system. So it is not available at one place. That is one advantage of going to many industries and organizations. So that we kept by design itself, that something cannot be copied.
And those documents are kept in a hard copy form, which can be destroyed or taken. There are different methods of storing the documents. Yeah. Somebody wanted that lady. Akash. Good evening.
My husband works with BrahMos.
Wow.
Yeah.
See,
So-
Mr. Brahma, good. I'm happy. What's his name?
Naga Suresh.
Naga Suresh, okay.
Booster development.
Booster development.
Yes.
I'm happy. There is somebody. You as a wife, are you suffering or are you enjoying?
After Operation Sindoor and after I'm not suffering, I started having more gratitude. So you made a very valid point during your presentation, saying you're not PhDs, okay? So you solve everyday problems, and I mean whatever you spoke right now is an everyday language at home. I keep seeing him discuss with friends or on the phone, or even we talk. In fact, he's an alumni of NIT Warangal. And so many things to relate. And he dropped out from IIT Kharagpur after he got placed with BrahMos. In a generation where the core engineering streams are actually closed, curious to know how do we inculcate this true spirit of engineering, because though he is a chemical engineer, he goes for recruitment, getting on board mechanical engineers and I mean all branches, and he is an amalgamation of, I must say he's a true technocrat. As a mechanical engineer myself, I mean I truly understand how BrahMos has actually shaped him up. So over to you, sir.
Yeah. I have to next generation people. Why should a person do mechanical? He has to do BE engineering, energy, BE mobility, BE or BTech, whatever. BTech, you say healthcare. BTech, like that you do. There is a multiple discipline into a product or a solution. Pure mechanical, nothing will exist. You take a mobile. Is it mechanical or electrical, electronics or microwave? All are inside. All are inside. So you should as well create BTech in communication. So that will cover everything. So the colleges are looking at, many colleges are looking at, can we generate new terminology of giving a degree which is directly applicable so that he becomes useful to society once he comes out of the college. He cannot come out as a mechanical engineer and start learning electrical. So he should have one foundation of engineering, then he may have specialization in particular missile technology or rocket technology or satellite technology or healthcare. He will take. But common foundation is common. This is number one. Number two, all the parents like you, we want to tell them, please make your children scientifically, and they should understand the physics, chemistry, mathematics. They should appreciate this science. Normally, the parents, they have no time. But you tell them, you ask your son or daughter, go to kitchen, find out how many gadgets are there, how they work. How can you understand? Say pressure cooker you have kept. You have got a microwave oven. You have got a washing machine. How does it work? Have the children understood what is the technology inside? Electrical, mechanical, software, microwave. So you allow your children to get scientifically knowledgeable. Then only they will grow. If they grow, they will understand. This is what the physics I understood. This is what the chemistry I knew. So please educate your children to be scientifically enabled. That is our responsibility of parents and grandparents. You have to do. Then academy, I told you, they are already changing. They want to change the whole scenario. Now, for example, Ministry of Defence are asking many colleges, already 10 colleges I think, to do a masters in defence technologies. There is no mechanical, electrical. Defence. You should know all as what I told you, they will teach all. So defence technology, post-graduation. Many colleges, Amity is doing, Nitte is doing, MS Ramaya is doing, there are many colleges doing this defence technology. And also I have done what DIIT Pune, we started a stream called Technology Management. This will be very interesting. I want HMA to send somebody to understand what is mean by technology management. This is what is what he said, tomorrow technology will go obsolete unless you are continuously managing new technology and new way of using technology. One is new technology, second is new way of using the same technology. See, this had camera was there, everybody had camera, technology well known. But the camera inside is different. Correct? It's not camera what you see, you used to click. And camera there and camera here, they are a lot different. So that is technology of camera. This is management of technology of camera. So you have to appreciate these two, technology management of new technology and application of a technology. So these things have to come. I am sure HMA will take and see that how to inculcate into youth, young people within the state at least. Yeah, sorry. Shyam Mohan has a question. I am worried.
Well, that you are here to address us. It's unfortunately the weather is so bad, so the hall could not be filled up, otherwise it should have been full. It was beautifully presented experience. Very meticulously you handled the project. You are known as a missile man of the country. You made Hyderabad, you was DRDO, you was the defense, you made the Hyderabad Management Association, and you made the country proud of your contribution. At the same time, you made the missiles successfully and executed them. But what made you the missile man?
Anybody else?
Idea of us. Sir is asking, how did you become a missile man? What inspired you to become like that?
What to see? I will tell you again. The role of a mother is there. So what happened, I did my mechanical engineering in UVC, University College, and I did. Then I had applied for a number of jobs. Like those days, mechanical means you go to HAL or this one, state government. Electrical means you go to the electricity board. Civil means you go to PWD. These are the only jobs. So I had applied, and I had applied for a job. And then one of my cousins said, you don't apply for ISC, for masters. Then I was not sure whether I will get admission, because ISC is a very high level. For us, young people, ISC entering is very difficult. So I was not sure, but anyway I had applied. Then I had applied for Bell also, for engineering. ISC applied for aeronautical engineering. So Monday morning, I got a letter from Bell, come join as a engineer. I got the letter. I was very happy. I told my mother, say I got a letter. So tomorrow I will go and join. Because they will give salary. Maybe salary will be 500 rupees or something like that. But those days, it's an independent job. Bell is a big company. So she was a little not happy. No, you were saying ISC. No. And then the interview agila. I mean, no interview not taken place. I don't know whether I will get admission. Let us see. Then he said, okay, tomorrow we will decide. So the next day I got the letter from ISC, come for interview. ISC I went, there were two committees, committee 1, committee 2, to review. So there were 20 people to face the interview. So all of us went one by one. First committee 1, then if you pass, you go to committee 2, then they will declare. Finally, and by end evening, I got a letter that you are admitted. I was very happy. But I was also worried now, because there is no job salary from this month. No ME means 2 years, no salary. So how do I manage? Then my parents are not that well off. They require money. There is no doubt. So I was hesitating what to tell my mother. So I told Amma, itra agide. Just like it happened. So there is a ME admission letter has come. This BE appointment letter has come. This gives immediately from first I start giving salary, as getting salary. So we want to, my feeling is I should go for Bell. Though ISC is there, 2 years you have to wait. There is nothing doing. Whatever we have suffered, we will suffer 2 more years. You do ME. Because in our family, you are the only one who can do. If you don't want to, who will do? So she is not even 7th standard. My mother, she is only some 3 or 4 school standard. She says, Allah beda, you go for ME. So she told me, you join ME, don't worry about family and all. And we will manage. We have managed so many years. Another 2 years we will manage. So I went and joined. But so then when I went to do aeronautics event, then DRDO came and they declared rockets and missiles. Specialization rockets and missiles. So 1 year aeronautics, 1 year rockets and missiles. That's how I was telling. 1 year you do common aeronautics, 1 year exclusively rockets and missiles. And it was very good. I was very happy because 2 things. One is the rockets and missiles, I can do something very special. DRDO, that means the day I get my degree, I get a job. So I don't have to search for it. Second is, my scholarship was 200 rupees doing first year. Those who joined rockets and missiles, salary is 250 rupees. 50 rupees more. So I was a big incentive. All my friends were very jealous because only 2 got selected for rockets and missiles. Out of 20, 2 were made joined rockets. The rest were already ME aeronautics. They get 200 rupees fellowship, I get 250 rupees. So I am a 50 rupees Maharaja. So I joined, but the foundation is very good, rockets and missiles. We were taken around DRDO laboratories, VSSC, ISRO laboratories, everywhere we were shown. Wherever rocket work, missile work. I was highly enamored. I think this is something which is, I used to surprise, when a young boy, when the aircraft is flying, which has got, aluminum, steel inside, 100 people inside, how does it fly? How can it fly? See, you don't know aeronautics. How can it fly with so much weight and people inside? It's flying left and right. I used to worry. We understood later. Then rockets and missiles, space. And we were all interviewed by Professor Dhawan, I remember. Professor Dhawan was the director. And he was also chairman of ISRO. So he had interviewed me for whether I can join rockets and missiles or not. So I remember some questions he asked. I was very happy. So I said, this is something. And I never knew that I will work with Kalam. See, I went to ISRO for only 1 year, came back. DRDO, because DRDO said, I have paid you scholarship, you come back. So I went to DRDO, joined Hyderabad. Then when I was working, then one day suddenly I found, I had seen him in ISRO. In ISRO I have seen him. So one day I was working in my lab, Kalam came. Kalam here. He shook my hand. I was shocked because he was invited. See what happened? He was finished the project of SLV, project successfully done. Then the defense at that time, Dr. Arunachalam was the secretary, and he wanted to get Kalam back because the government of India policy, they made a missile policy document. There they said we should not continue to import all the missiles because everything imported, we start making. So there was a big committee, they are ready to pay fund in a large way. So they called him. At that time, the total money was given was, I think, something like 1,000 crores, some 1,000 crores. Out of that, R&D cost is 320 crores. Production and other facilities, another 800 crores. This is how they gave total 1,200 crores. So we get 320, the BDL, Bell, Ordnance Factory, all will get 800 something. So this is how they gave. So, and Kalam was my boss, and then I was working with him. Then I was working with him on some items. Then I was almost surprised when he selected me as a project director. Because I was the youngest. All other project directors are very senior people, 50s. So I was only 35. So, but he said, I have put you because you will see the end of it. You will bloody well see that it will work. You cannot retire in 5 years, 10 years. You will see it is going to happen. So that's why I put you, but I am with you. Don't worry, I am with you. So that's how if at all I am a missile man because of Dr. Kalam. Yeah, somebody had a question there, I think. Yeah.
So first of all, Dr. A million thanks for making us more safe. Commercialize it in the same way that the Koreans are able to do or the Turkish are able to do. You have BrahMos as an example. You have Tejas as another example. Probably Akash also is another example. So what is the gap that you think is not making us go global? Although all these products are world class, we are still not able to go global. So that where is the gap?
No, of course, Astra. Pinaka also has gone global. Many countries are showing interest. So these are the examples of good product, cost effective, performance superlative. So they are going. And I am sure Astra will fall into a similar category. And if you want to continue, I told you, please identify 10 Kalams. The government has to identify 10 people for handling 10 areas. Somebody, each discipline will take 1 Kalam. I think India will work. See, I have a lot of faith in the youngsters. See, they may look, appear careless, appear not responsible and all, but they have urgent fire and they have the capability. So please harness the capability and capacity of youth. You will achieve. But you need direction by some people who can provide the mentoring, leadership and supporting and encouraging them. Do like this. That is what is missing. If that is not there, that was there, you would have done much better. I hope the government will, for some people in the front row will help the government to do this. I hope it will be done. Yeah, please, somebody has a question. 1 minute, he will ask a question, then you can add. Yeah, speak, mic please. Dr. Chandramani will want to add something. Government gives a project, but company makes the product. Yeah, he has a question. Sorry. Oh. Then give him afterwards, you can. Sorry.
Sir, thank you for lecture today evening. Actually, I was part of the Akash team at LRD.
Oh, nice to you. Your good name?
My name is Yashwant Hebalkar.
Hebalkar, okay. You are which team?
Yeah.
Transmitter or antenna?
No, Fezd Array.
Huh?
Phased
Phased
array.
array. Okay. Array integration.
With Dr. Cletus and Limay.
Cletus and
Limay.
Ah.
It was
Limay,
the-
I remember. Limay.
Yeah, the array work went to Limay. Now he is no more. So that's a different thing. But I am very curious whether the present phased array technology in the Akash, whether they are using the same ferrite phase shifter.
Yeah. Right now, they are using same whatever CL has made, they are using.
Okay.
But next generation, for example, MMR, they are going to use a different technology.
Yeah, because
solid state.
Yeah, LCO on board and the
Yeah.
other that electronic.
There are
warfare.
no more ferrite phase shifter.
Yeah, they are
But
PN
these
diode.
are all ferrite phase shifter based only.
PN
Maybe in 5 years somebody will come out with the solid state versions.
Yeah, PN diode phase shifters they are using for this LCO on board and this electronic warfare CAS radar.
They are making new.
Netra, I think.
No, not only that. Now they got GAN devices. They come for GAN devices and manage.
Gallium
Yeah.
arsenide. and
Right now,
all these things.
you are remembering.
Yeah, because prior to joining DRDO, I am the alumni of IIT. I came through.
Kharagpur or
No, IIT.
IIT Kharagpur.
DIIT.
Oh, DIIT. You are in DIIT.
Yeah.
Okay.
So through AFC, I came to
Okay,
DRDO.
good, very nice.
And prior to that, I was working as a researcher in IIT Bombay in the same line of activity. That time it was phase shifter research.
Yeah, we used to do.
So it was PN diode. And
Yeah, we used to have PN diodes you use for the IFF.
right.
Yeah.
So it is the next version of the technology of this.
I remember 2019, you were the distinguished fellow of IIT. It's the greatest privilege of a student reaching to the highest position in the same university. With my luck, I was there in the present. Sir, my worry, I worked 2 decades in Bharat Dynamics Limited in the especially missile domain. The problem of L1 should not be there in defense. That's my inner feeling. And it is creating lot of quality, sir. Where ISC speaks always, quality is first.
Yeah.
When industry comes, it is the production first. So it is a never-ending fight in the industry versus the R&Ds.
No, don't worry. Now DRDO and MOD are aware of the L1 issue. They are finding solutions. You are assured that it will not be the what do you call it? It won't be a major problem. It will be handled. It can be handled. I think somebody has. There is no imports. There were cases submitted to government. Can we import? Then he said, no, in Akash is there, where do you want to? Problem for Akash? No problem. Then why are you importing?
No, it's a good shift because I
Good
think
shift. I think government also is sensitized.
Good evening, sir. Thank you for the nice presentation. So, firstly, disclaimer, no other interest. I'm curious as a common man of this country. This is an extension to the question of protection of secrets. Okay, in this regard, gentleman in this room has mentioned that, several parts will be mentioned, assembled in different locations. So that's how the secrecy is protected. In that scenario, I think this is not a recent practice in DRDO.
Earlier also.
Right. So in that scenario, how and why Nambi Narayan is prosecuted? Maybe you could throw some light. That's my first question.
No, I will not address Nambi Narayan. It's not my responsibility. Neither is ethically correct for me to comment on an organization which any other defense you tell.
All right. I have two more questions for you. Yeah, and one is related to lifestyle question here. So human resources working in serious projects, do they have a solitude lifestyle or how they maintain?
You have to sacrifice, there is no doubt. See, if you have to work, if you want to get extraordinary output, you have to put in extraordinary input. You can't put normal input and get extraordinary output. So you have to work hard, you have to work holidays. I think when as long as Kalam was there, I worked 7 days. There is no question of holidays Sunday. And my wife keeps on taunting us. For your daughter, you know how many days leave you took? Then what happened? One day, your daughter's wedding, one day, you remember it? So she keeps taunting. So you have to sacrifice something. You have to accept it. As that lady, she told, no, she also would have faced similar problems. She wants a child is there. She wants to go for a parent-teacher meeting. Husband is missing. He's in a review. Then she has to handle. So you have to sacrifice certain things. You cannot get what you would have got. But then at the end, when your missile is on the Rajpath, you will get back all your returns. That's the finally you have to balance work-life balance you have to do. She also at the end she also enjoyed it. But when she was beginning, she used to be.
Sir, are they allowed to meet family during important occasions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In fact, my wife has come for launching also.
Okay,
She has come
that's
for
great.
missile launching. Because of course she came because I was there. But generally many people come.
You know, many youngsters, you know, recent days in newspapers are heard that they were stuck in honey trap issues, right? So
No,
are they
not
lacking?
right because I don't know.
Okay, all right, I'll pass this question then.
Yeah, thank you. So thanks. Good.
Kalamji, and I was fortunate to meet him earlier. With my students, my sons also. Project in IIM, IITs. Terrorists, they are very few bad people. They try and do such things harming the society and people. But there are many good people. They can do much better things. And before they do something, these people can anticipate and do it. I think his action that time or his dream maybe has been fulfilled with your missile. Some terrorists have done something and you went with the missile Akash with the satellite facility, AML and all. It targeted and finished the terrorists. Earlier they used to have human bombs. Now we have machine bombs. So that with precision we'll be destroying terrorists and bad people. Is it so, sir? You agree with it?
See, give that to what? Maybe I'll give answer. If he wants to talk about future war, he has to give me another session for a 1 hour session. Future. What is future? Maybe after 15-20 years, if India gets into a war, what will be the war? I will come and address it. What you taught is, I have already given a talk somewhere, but I don't mind giving when he gets the correct time.
Sir,
Yeah.
good evening.
Good evening.
I am Ravikumar Pisapati, past president of the Hyderabad Management Association during 2018 and 19. We are really very proud of you, and I am very thankful to Hyderabad Management Association and Shri Avula Bharatbhushan for facilitating you to be here. And we all cherish the memories of your presidential days, especially having the former His Excellency, the President of India, Abdul Kalam ji. Now my point is, as rightly Dr. Chandramouli sir told, in addition to what he told, actually if you really recall, about a few years back, the government of India used to be a system for in-house research and development units where it used to get regulated by the Department of Scientific Industrial Research under the Ministry of Science and Technology. And that 200% it has become 150, 200. Now hardly what they are giving. What I personally feel is that definitely being an accomplished renowned scientist like you, definitely at the advisory role or otherwise to say as an input to the government of India, should be able to put forward your inputs definitely to give a proper thirst onto the research and development. That is one area which is lacking in India even after several years. That is number one. The second observation is that earlier exports are hardly having by the defense units. Now at least fairly slightly there is an increasing trend which is a very happy point as such.
Correct.
I request you to throw some light onto that R&D.
No, export definitely will increase. You being considered for export, please. LC also. So you don't know. LC also may export along with missiles or rockets. LC also may get into there are many countries who are happy with the performance of LCA. Regarding the government of India, see, I told you 1 lakh crore given. But how do they distribute? How do they monitor? That is where government has to apply their mind. See, probably PMO office or probably the Minister of Science and Technology or Ministry of Defense, they should think how to do it. We can only, if they ask my advice, I can give. If you ask me, what can I do? I can only smile. If defense minister says, Prahlad, you come and tell me I want 10,000 crores to be spent for the following areas. Suggest how you can spend best. Then I am ready to give my views. He can accept or not, that is left to him. So that's why I said, you have to identify 10 Kalams for handling such a big country, such a complex country. Not easy. Not easy. So you have to make special efforts. I think we'll give him the mic. He has to close up.
No, sir.
Oh,
One or two questions.
Yeah,
Dr. Prahlada, acquaintance of Dr. Prahlada. See, my visit to DRDO labs and others happened to be between 1987 and 2003. Many of the parts which goes into these missiles, they are all tested by certain testing machines which I used to supply. With the result, I had a lot of good say. It was Lieutenant General Sundaram first asked me to see Dr. Kalam. He encouraged me to see Kalam. When I went to see Dr. Kalam, in his room there was my name and time also was written there. So meticulous it was. So when I was waiting, nobody was there. But Sundaram told me, you please be seated there. One gentleman came. Then I said, I am waiting for Dr. Kalam. He was, to be frank with you, he was in a very ordinary dress wearing a chappal. Then he said, I am Dr. Kalam. I was a little taken aback. It was something very, then I felt very homely. And coming back to today's topic, vis-a-vis, because of my so many years association there, we all heard what you said about it. But I have seen the quality work really happening there. Because my frequent visit there and talking to scientists like Dr. Saraswat, Jayadirtha Rao, so many of them, even Avinash Chandar, all those people. All said and done, marvelous work is going on. Actually, we never knew something is going on in Hyderabad for a long time. We did not know even where is RCI or DRDO or DLR. So secretly they were working. But they were doing a quality work, that I can definitely say. Because even if you go through the Dr. Kalam's Wings of Fire, he has frankly mentioned 3-4 failures also.
Yes.
Again, coming back to HMA vis-a-vis your presidentship, vis-a-vis my meeting Dr. Kalam as the
question, sir, because no, actually, it's not question. Actually, my curiosity, I would say, rather putting it as a question. What you have done, what you have contributed, what you, your wife and children had sacrificed, we have witnessed that personally. The entire nation had witnessed and reaping out the fruits for that as a security for the nation, sir. But I'm more interested to understand your new technology that you are working on. That is the cold fusion one, like LENR, because that not only for the present or the futuristic point of view you are looking at. So if you can please erudite us something on that, how it is going to be, so that as a young engineer, thermal engineer, I would like to explore, and the next generation would be focusing on which are all the areas that would be helping us to have a sustainable energy sources going way forward as a thermal energy, as you rightly mentioned, fossil fuels are, getting liquidated. So what are all the alternative energy sources that we need to look in for the future generations?
No, two things. One is I request you to come visit my lab here in IIIT campus. To fix up, come. I will show you the product. But you see, he has to give another date for that, for energy, another date. It is actually, we have a lot of work people have done for last 50 years in the world. That is what next. Next, what is the energy source? So everybody has ruled out solar and wind as the sustainable. It is only temporary. Nuclear, because it's not available everywhere, so ruled out. Then we have gone to ocean energy, everything. Nothing is, nobody is happy that this is the best solution. So finally, about 30 years ago, some professors worked out what is known as a cold fusion or low energy nuclear reaction, where what is happening on the surface of the sun at millions of degrees, can you do 1,000 degrees on the earth? If you can do, it will give excess heat. Use the heat for converting electricity. This is the basic concept. But you want to go in details, I think it will take time, and we don't mind. But you as an individual can come, visit my lab and see. And we are looking for good engineers, thermal engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers to come and take it, because now we as a India is competing with China, Japan, USA. There are 3 countries who are at par. Some of them, they are investing much more than us. As you see, I talk about say 10 crore, they talk about 1,000 crores. This is the problem. So we are facing that problem of, we want to hire people, we don't have money. We want to do parallel work, we need more hardware. So we are right now looking for some investors. Somebody has given small money, we are starting. But we are looking for big money. Otherwise, we may lose the competition with China or Japan. Then we will have to feel sorry that as a country we didn't succeed in. Because as of today, we are at par with what is happening in Japan, what is happening in China, what is happening in USA. All same level. But whether they overtake us in next 5 years, it depends on their funding, their government support. Our government support is very weak, I want to tell you. Very bad. I wish somebody can advise our government better to look at it. They should not tell after 5 years, tumne kiya nahi. I have to go to China and take a TOT. That is not acceptable, because that's where we require a Kalam. If Kalam was there, I would not have taught second time. He would have got what I wanted. He is of that caliber. But today we don't know. We don't have that kind of a leverage with the government to tell them, though they have money, but they don't know how they are going to use. I am not having that. But you come and see, and we will find someday when we will find the day with him. For 2 things I have promised. One is energy, another one is future war. How are we getting prepared? How we have to prepare. You and me are not there. All next people who are in their teenage, they should work. That's the idea. Okay. Thank you.